XDN back at it again and again. Chris Jericho, I've ate lovely on his carcass. And I don't know how long it's been since I've mentioned Chris Jericho or did a video about him. Maybe December 2024. It's February of 2025 as I record this. AEW is in shambles again. You talk about it never ends. AEW, it never ends. But I have some content on AEW coming up soon. You should know what I'm talking about if you've been following the latest news. But Chris Jericho is at it again with his usual delusion, tone deaf nature. It is amazing. Chris Jericho, who is another one of these, I've documented it, insecure, egomaniacal Canadians. You stinking hyena. Hit the like button. Share this video. Subscribe to this channel. Hey, make sure, if you're into wrestling, which I'm sure you are, make sure you subscribe to my gaming channel. I got some wrestling content. I'm going to be doing a series where I play the SmackDown vs. Raw games and doing a GM mode series, so look forward to that. Also, here comes the Pain season mode, SmackDown 2 season mode. So subscribe to my gaming channel. It's XDN Gaming TV. The link is in the description. But Jericho, back to real life, because this business is real. Jericho just can't stop. Let me read from this article. It says, Chris Jericho, during a recent interview, discussed several topics, including accusations that he's hindered the career progress of many other AEW wrestlers. Oh, they're being very kind by saying hindered. No. He talked about the truth of people noticing he has buried talent. Now, it also says, as a key figure in All Elite Wrestling since its inception in 2019, Jericho has worked with many prominent stars in the company. Okay, that line is funny too. AEW is a company who's never really had stars. Okay, Orange Cassidy's not a star. Okay, he kicks your shins like a 4-year-old child because you just took their ball. Speaking of taking balls, the McMahon-Janelle Grant case is really progressing. Now, it says Jericho worked with many prominent stars in the company while also nurturing up-and-coming talent. It says he nurtured talent. Nurtured? Okay, hold on. Maybe they changed the definition. Did they remix the definition of the word nurturing? Let me see. Nurture, to nurture. It says care for and encourage the growth or development of. To help or encourage the development of. Cherish. My father nurtured my love of art. That's one example of the word being used. Yeah, Chris Jericho encouraged the growth of talent. Yeah, he really did that. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Now, Chris Jericho does an interview and he's asked about him burying talent. Now, Chris Jericho being the tone-deaf egomaniac that he has always been, what do you think his response is going to be? Because remember, you're in an era that even, you think millennials act like this or these Gen Z or whatever they're called. But no. It's not just them. It's people in the world today. It don't matter what age you are. People in the world today, they can do something blatantly. And if you call it out, they call you a hater. People do something blatantly and they deny. Show me one time. Let's just talk about wrestling. Show me one time in wrestling in the last 5 years, 10 years that a wrestler was criticized and they said, yeah, you guys are right. I do that. I should stop. It never happens. It never happens. The wrestling is the number one business in the world, and it happens other places, but wrestling is the number one place. It is the number one place where your audience tells you what they don't like, and you tell your audience they're wrong. Wrestling is the number one place that does that. Your audience tells you something is bad, something is wrong, and the person in wrestling says, no, you fans are wrong. Jericho said, I always love the concept of the Jericho vortex and how anybody that works with me gets dragged down. Once again, talking in third person, egomaniac. He says he loves the idea that anyone who works with him gets buried. That's what he's saying. Name one person. He says, name word. Jericho. I'm about to cuss. Jericho said, name one person that got dragged down from working with me. This is comedy. This is this is comedy. He says to the interviewer, name one person that got buried working with me. He really said this. He really said this. Does he not watch the TV show? You know, that's one thing I've also learned about wrestlers. A lot of them, they don't watch the show. They do their segment, they do their match, they leave the building. They don't watch the show, they don't tape it. Tone deaf. Who is more tone deaf than a wrestler? Who? He seriously said, name me one person that got dragged down from working with me. Okay, MJF was on a great trajectory, and then he went downhill working with Jericho. And then they had to rehab him. That's just one. I don't watch AEW. Okay, I have not consistently watched AEW since like 2022. Okay, if you're new to this channel, go back on this channel and go on my channel and click where it says videos, and then click where it says oldest videos, and watch my AEW reviews. Watch those AEW reviews. Those are classic on this channel. Those are my classics. And tell me how many times in there I'm mentioning how Jericho's helping to elevate a young talent. I can't even. There's a sizable list of people who were at a certain level, and then they work with him, and they're no longer getting the same response, and they went down. Ricky Starks, did he get bigger or did he get bigger or decline after Jericho? MJF, he declined slightly, and then luckily, because he has talent, he got back over to a certain level afterwards. There's a countless list of people. I can't remember the whole list right now because I've tried to forget AEW existed. But I'm always reminded when stupidity like this is in the news. Hit the like button. He says, name one person that got dragged down from working with me. Maybe afterwards they didn't go higher. Yes, that's dragged down. You do. He just said, well, maybe afterwards they didn't go higher up the card, he means. Yes, that means you dragged them down because these young talents were rising. That's why they booked them with you to elevate them. The psychology of wrestling booking is a young talent is going up. So when they go up, you book them with a star like Jericho. But you don't just book them to do it. You book them so they get more over afterwards. You do angles to elevate the talent. So literally, he just contradicted himself. Name one person I dragged down. Maybe afterwards they didn't go higher up the card. But that's not up to me. It is up to you. It's called putting them over. Then he says, it's not up to me. I'm not in charge of booking the entire company. What an idiot. That is such a Triple H statement. That he is the Triple H of AEW. That is such a Shawn Michaels Triple H statement. He just contradicted himself. When you're a star, when you have someone who's not on your level and you get put in an angle with them, it's because this person is supposed to get more over working with you. When the angle's over, if they didn't get more over, that's because you didn't put them over. The person was ready. It wasn't like there wasn't certain people who aren't ready. Ricky Starks was ready to go to a higher level. Why didn't he go? There's countless other people. Oh my God, what is it? Wrestling? It used to never be like this. It used to never be like this, man. Oh my God. Oh my God. He says all I can do is influence with the storylines that I work on. And great. Did you do that? Did Chris Jericho do that? But everybody that I can think of that worked with me certainly went to a higher level from, I did the year with MJF. Oh my God. He is all over the place in this interview. He just said some people after working with me did not go higher. But then he says everyone went higher. He says everyone I can think of went to a higher level after. He just said some of them didn't. Then he says all of them did. He said the year I did with MJF. What are you talking about? That was like the most infamous example. He hurt MJF. Then he says Danny Garcia. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jericho is saying that he elevated Danny Garcia. Sammy Guevara. Oh yeah, yeah, these are real stars. Daddy Magic. Oh my God. He says, I think Big Bill has grown leaps and bounds from working here with me. Oh my God. I can't finish this. I, um, oh my God. His examples of who he elevated are Danny Garcia and Sammy Guevara. Ricky Starks had a beautiful line in his feud. He said, Jericho, you look like a broken air fryer. Beautiful line. And Ricky Starks is on to somewhere else, and Jericho has elevated people so much they've quit the company. Man, I'm up out of here, man. If you want to support the channel, you can click the join button under the channel to get a channel membership. Become a member of the page, support the page. If you have a video request, or if you want to support the channel, you can donate to the Cash App. It's $XDN online. The link is in the description. This business is out of control again. 2025, nothing changes. It's the same old, and that is it.